Well, just I want to start actually by talking about Tenai Watson because we chatted to T a lot through the last couple of seasons, and it's really good to see a player develop the way he has, and his seamless transition position. You feel you could stick him anywhere on the pitch. He's one of those players that would just take to it very easily. He's got a lot of quality about him, T.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with T's progression and his levels of performance of late have been really really good. Like you said about his adaptability, which we've needed at this time as well, particularly with him going into the centre back position. I think he really grew into that position as well. Full back position, wing back position. He's performed really really well in now. So yeah, really really happy with the levels of his performance, his commitment to improving and getting better. He shows a real desire to learn, and he wants knowledge, and he really wants to try and implement what we want to try and do. So yeah, it's been really pleasing.
Thought I'd start on a nice positive there, talking about T. Look, the unbeaten run came to an end, and I think everyone was a little disappointed. How do you reflect now with a few days? Have you completely moved on from that result, or is there things that you can take from it and move on with?
There's always things we can take from the game as regards to executing that on the training pitch. Really, really difficult in that short space of time. We have to recover the players, and we have to get them right physically. But certainly we've taken kind of tactical elements from that game, what we can improve on and take into the next game as well. So yeah, disappointment is always there with defeat. Uh, Looking back on the game, I thought Charlton played well, but I thought we had moments in the game where we had a little bit of dominance, and we didn't capitalise on that enough. And when Charlton had their dominance, and they had that more than us, let's be honest, they capitalised. But kind of if you want to break the game down in kind of stats and things like that, then it was probably edging towards a 0-0 game as regards to chances and expected goals, what a lot of people look at and things like that. And it was disappointing to concede from kind of like maybe a second phase of a set play. So listen, we're over it. We had to deal with it, and we were disappointed. We weren't happy with certain elements of the game, and we're hoping now we can rectify that in the next game, and we'll be ready to do that.
If I can, one of the areas that perhaps you're looking at is things like corner set plays just didn't have the effect. Maybe there was the quantity of corners and balls into the box, but they just didn't have that precise delivery that was going to create a goal. That must have been maybe or disappointing for you.
Yeah, I think deliveries are really, really important, and we've tend to have been good on those. I think we've got to have a real intent in both boxes. I say this all the time when you're talking about set plays, and when you're defending set plays, you need to have that aggression and that mindset that you're not going to give anything away. People are coming into your penalty area wanting to take from you, and you've got to have that ruthless streak where you want to defend your goal. But likewise, when you're going into the opponent's box as well, we've got to be really aggressive. And I don't think on particularly our attacking set plays, delivery could have been better, and our movements could have been more aggressive. And it was disappointing, to concede kind of that second phase from the short corner and concede that. So yeah, we want to be better on that. We've worked on that today. We spoke about that to the players. We'll go through that tonight at the hotel as well to make sure everybody's fully aware of their jobs. But for me, it's about bringing that mindset to each penalty area, defending and attacking. And we've got to have that aggressive mindset going into those situations.
I've just said to Tenai as well. Right now, there's not actually a huge amount for us to all talk about because the situation is clear. Everyone knows the situation. It's just full blooded, 100%. Bodies on the line. Just throw everything at it and get over the line and stay in the division.
Yep. That's got to be the mindset. Obviously, there's got to be an element of calmness to how we approach the game as well, and a bit of thought. Because if you go gung ho and everybody's, overhyped about the game, then you kind of lose that sense of how we approach it with the ball and against the ball. So there's got to be still that element of calmness about how we play, because that's a lot about our style and what we want to do and control and things like that. But 100%, we've got to We've got to leave everything out on the table. And go into games where we're on the front foot. We're aggressive when we need to be aggressive. We're smart with our defending when we need to be smart, and we look to create chances. I don't think we created enough chances in the game. We maybe had a lot of the ball in certain areas of the game and certain situations of the game, but we didn't get enough shots away. We didn't create enough opportunities for us to shoot and really test their goalkeeper. And I thought we limited them as well. We limited Charlton to that. But yeah, we need to be more clinical and more kind of ruthless in front of goal to create them opportunities where we can have a pop and have a go. I think probably Jonathan Lecco had 2 shots, one he hit the post with, one got blocked for a corner, and Moore's effort from the cross as well. Apart from that, we had a little bit of possession, but nothing really clear cut, which we want to try and create more of when we're at home in particular.
And I guess what Charlton have proved is that teams that are in the position that Charlton are in, which Fleetwood are in a very similar league position to Charlton, you can accuse teams at this time of the season of just, I think the expression is being on the beach, but that's just not the case. Not the case at all.
I think that's a myth, to be honest with you. I think it's a real myth of what teams being like that. Professional footballers are fighting for pride, to stay in the team, to stay in the squad for next year, for contracts, all this and that, and people have a professional pride in that they want to perform to their highest every time they go out, and Fleetwood will be the same. The manager is, he'll want to demand that from them, and he'll be looking towards finishing as high up the table as he can do, and they've had a really, really good season. So we have to be ready for a Fleetwood team who are going to come out and be aggressive and going to want to play and want to get the 3 points. So we have to combat that, we have to match it, we have to stand up to it, and we have to bring our game as well.
Thanks, Mark.
Cheers.
Mark, I don't know whether or not it was related or whether or not it was the just the timing of it, but Paris Madoma obviously came off injured on Tuesday. How's he doing?
He's not doing bad. He's still feeling a fair bit of fatigue. So we trained today. We trained as a squad today. There's still some decisions to be made going into the game tomorrow. Paris being one of them as well. So we'll see how he comes through tonight. Like I said, it was a quick turnaround. We've had a lot of games in a short space of time. The physical output, looking at the physical data from the game the other day, was really, really high. So the boys put in a shift. So yeah, we're going to have to assess that in the morning, and kind of if we need to adjust the team, we can do. We've got players ready to come in and kind of fight for those places and fill positions if need be. But yeah, we're going to assess that overnight.
How impressed with with him have you been since he came in? I mean, he's barely missed a single minute really since he arrived on loan from Brentford in January, and he seems to have fit in. He seems to have got the admiration of at least of the players around him when he's playing. And for me, particularly in the last, particularly in your unbeaten run, he's been one of the players who's stood out.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think during his loan spell, like any young player going out on loan, it's about getting into the first team environment and being able to perform and sustain performances. And I think his performances have grown and got better and better as his loan's gone on. So yeah, he's an important player to the team, is Paris. And like you said there, during our run of games when we were unbeaten, he played a real prominent part in that. So we're hoping that he's going to be okay for the game. And again, we'll be looking at every player on the pitch, working to their maximum and maximising their potential on the pitch during the game on Saturday.
And you said to Luke there, there's no chance that Fleetwood are going to be on the beach. What sort of thing do you think they're going to be bringing to the table on Saturday?
No, I think they're an aggressive team. I think they're a powerful team as well. They've got centre backs who like to play and step in with the ball. So we've had to look at various different things of how we're going to approach the game and what we're going to do out of possession and what we're going to do in possession as well. Like I said, the time is limited to work on that during the week when you've had a kind of a Saturday Tuesday game and you're going to another Saturday game. So it's been limited with that. But we look at video and we've got the analysis team who help out with that, and we did a little bit of work on the pitch today. So come 3 o'clock tomorrow, we'll be ready to go.
And just finally, you said it on Tuesday night that it's do or die time, isn't it? These final 3 games. But I suppose, it's not something you have to tell the players, is it? They're fully aware of the situation. They're fully aware of how football works. It's now, like you said, all hands to the pump, do or die time.
Yeah, it is, and we spoke about that after the Port Vale game, and we said we knew what we had to do, and it's how you handle the pressure. Which, let's be honest, there's pressure on the games, there's pressure on every game, and things like that. But particularly when you're in a situation we're in, the pressure is ramped up a little bit, and it's how we cope with that. And we've shown in the run of games we've had where we've been successful that we can deal with that type of pressure. Particularly when you're going away from home, everything won't go your way. So it's controlling those moments well, being solid and secure in those moments, and then when you have opportunity to play or dominate parts of the game, we have to do that more. And like I said, if we looking at the game from Charlton, when we had little periods of possession or kind of territory in their half, then we have to do more with that possession, and we'll be looking to improve on that aspect of our play going into the Fleetwood game.